We would like to think so because we think we are expert in our own lives, we are self-aware. But unfortunately, it does not work like that. So there was this study which was published in Harvard Business Review. According to it, only 15% people fit the criteria of being self-aware. You know what it means? That 85% people are not as self-aware as they think they are.
That is shocking. So, why do you think people are not self aware? Hello, and welcome to the new episode of our podcast From You to You. Here, we discuss all the possibilities of becoming the best version of you physically, mentally, emotionally, psychologically, and spiritually. I am Afreen Khan, an internationally certified yoga teacher and a healthy lifestyle coach.
Hey there, I am Shireen Khan and I am a certified life coach.
Shireen, in our previous episode, we discussed the fundamentals of coaching.
Yeah.
We also discussed when you used to work in corporate sector for almost a decade, how coaching helped you. Today, you are running a successful business where you help a lot of people find purpose of their life and achieve their goals. So you have been on both sides of the table. Once you took the help of coaches to find your purpose, and today you are coaching others to find theirs. So I need to know, when someone gets into coaching, how would we know that coaching is working?
There are so many signs through which you will come to know that coaching is really helping. But the first and very important sign that you will see is increased self-awareness.
But aren't we self aware already?
We would like to think so because we think we are expert in our own lives, we are self-aware. But unfortunately, it does not work like that. So there was this study which was published in Harvard Business Review. According to it, only 15% people fit the criteria of being self-aware. You know what it means? That 85% people are not as self-aware as they think they are.
Wow, that is truly shocking. So, I need to know, I would like to understand what exactly is self awareness.
It is having the clarity about who you are, what are your values, what are your beliefs and thoughts,
Right.
emotions, feelings, your strengths and your weaknesses. This is also called internal self awareness. And also, there is external self awareness, which is you have complete clarity about how people perceive you. So, both things put together, we can say that someone is completely self aware.
That makes sense. Now, I need to know, how does it affect someone if they lack self awareness?
Self awareness is the thing which decides your success or failure. So imagine a person who is constantly failing at something. So it means that they don't know what their goal is. They don't know what strength they have to perform this goal, if at all they know what the goal is. They don't know what weaknesses are hindering in achieving the goal. So it is only with true awareness of self that one can even expect to succeed at anything. I'll give you my own example. As a coach, if I am not aware of my own biases, my own judgments, and not self aware of my weaknesses and strengths, how am I expected to coach someone successfully?
That is quite profound. And that reminds me of my own story, which I have discussed it with you as well. A couple of years ago, I was working for a leading hospital in Dubai, and I worked there for 3 years. And all these 3 years, they refused to promote me, saying I was not good enough, my performance was not good enough, and I kind of trusted them because they are seniors, and I thought there's no reason not to believe them. And then I saw juniors were being promoted, and it was quite disappointing. It made me super angry. I quit the job, and I remained angry for a very long time, thinking they did not value my potential. Until one day we discussed it, and then you
Yeah,
said something which was eye opening for me. You said, the world is never going to make me feel special, and I should not really even wait for external validation.
yeah,
It is my job to discover who I am, and only with my own self worth I would find out what kind of special person that I am, and I will fall in love with that special person. So, this thing helped me really, and now that I try to go back in time and try to understand, it was me, really. The whole time it was me.
yeah. And this is not only true for your jobs or your work related issues, this is true in your personal relationships as well.
Yeah, that is totally right. I think when we are aware of who we are able to maintain balance no matter what, is it profession or personal life. Harmony can be maintained only when we are self aware. If I knew that I lacked self awareness back then, I know I would have handled that situation quite well.
Yeah,
And I also am sure there are so many people out there who still don't know what self awareness is.
yeah.
So, Shireen, tell us, what are the signs that someone lacks self awareness?
There are so many signs, and it is very evident from someone's behavior that they are self aware or not. The first sign that you would notice is people are judgmental. They are judgmental for themselves and for everyone else around. Okay, people will have victim mentality. So you can hear them say every time for any failure that they have, they blame themselves
Mhm.
that this is my fault, I am not good enough, or I am not pretty enough, and I have a bad luck, so on and so forth. And opposite of this would be blaming others. So these people are kind of narcissists.
Mhm.
So they think that they are perfect. What they are doing is perfect. So everyone else around is to be blamed for any failure that they experience.
Right.
Another sign is, which I see very often in people, is lack of empathy. How empathy relates to self awareness is, if you don't understand your own emotions because you are not self aware, you
Mhm.
won't be able to understand emotions of others.
Right.
So, if you don't understand emotions of others, you will not have emotional intelligence.
Right.
And we all know how important role emotional intelligence plays when it comes to forming productive relationships in personal or professional life.
Absolutely.
Yeah, since people are not looking inward, their focus is outside, and you will find people often indulging in gossip and grapevine. Also, there are emotional outbursts. If you are in a leadership position and you are not self aware, you will be having difficulty in receiving feedback.
Mhm.
Also, you will have a controlling nature with your team and difficulty in making decisions. So, basically, the poor performance will affect not only your team but to an organization as well.
Right. Now that we understood self awareness is extremely important, even if you are in a leadership position, Shireen, why do you think, in general, people lack self awareness?
Well, there are so many reasons ranging from psychological, environmental, behavioral, or even mental. But the most common ones that people lack self awareness goes back to our childhood. As a child, in our formative years, we are given values and belief system from our parents. Also, there is conditioning from our teachers and from the group of friends that we have in school. So that affects majorly.
Mhm.
Second reason is, like I said earlier, being a narcissistic personality type. where you think whatever you are doing or thinking is the best, and you never have a need to look inward.
Right.
Another reason is many people don't want to be alone because they have a negative self talk, and it makes them really uncomfortable to be alone and think.
Right.
Judging any situation as good or bad will stop you from having self awareness because you cannot see in the gray area, and you will be labeling things as good or bad, right or wrong.
Right.
Also, being in a condition where you cannot differentiate between what's real and what's imaginary, like in case of when you are intoxicated with either alcohol or maybe drug use or having some psychological or mental disorder. In recent times, what I have noticed that since we are spending a lot of time on social media and other entertainment channels, we do not have time to have some self reflection, and that affects our self awareness majorly.
Right.
Last but not the least, many of us are following leaders and influencers blindly, and that will never give us an opportunity to again look inward and find out who we are. So we start to believe that the point of view and thoughts and beliefs of this leader or influencer are our point of view because of the veneration.
That's quite profound. So, how one can increase self awareness?
I think this is the most important aspect of today's discussion. So, there are so many ways people can increase their self awareness. Firstly, by spending some time alone with themselves, so say 30 minutes to 1 hour time each day, reflecting or meditating can increase self awareness.
Right.
This study, which I spoke about earlier, which was published in Harvard Business Review, it says introspection does not always help. Reason being, when we are introspecting, we can reach to a question why.
Right.
So, why am I like this? Why am I not successful? And since most of the awareness is lying in our subconscious mind, we do not have answers for all the questions. Then mind makes up answers in these scenarios, like negative thoughts. It is happening to you because you are not good enough, for example.
Right.
So it is not a good outcome if you do self introspection. You can ask your family members or your trusted friends for feedback. Okay. Another way you can increase your self awareness is by journaling. So you have done some introspection and you have identified some thoughts that are recurring, maybe, but you can't keep a track. So journaling is a good way to do that. Also, there are some personality and psychometric tests which one can take to increase self awareness.
That's interesting. So, what are these psychometric tests or assessments that you recommend?
There are a lot of tests, but the one that personally helped me while I was on a journey of self discovery is Meyer Briggs or MBTI test. Another one which has revolutionized self awareness for me is ELI assessment, which is Energy Leadership Index assessment, and it is developed by the Institute of Professional Excellence in Coaching. So, unlike other tests, ELI assessment does not put you in a box like your type A personality or type B personality, but what it does is it very scientifically measures how you are showing up in the world in your day to day life.
Okay.
Versus how you show up when you are stressed.
Right.
Both the scores put together, it will give you an average resonating level, so which is a number, and based on which you will come to know that how much level of engagement you have for a particular task. And this average resonating level decides what is your level of engagement for that particular task, because higher engagement level equals higher rate of success. So with this assessment you will not even become self aware of who you are being, but also if at all you want to increase your average resonating level to achieve more success and productivity.
That is very interesting.
Yeah.
So, how someone can access these tests?
As a matter of fact, I am ELI Master Practitioner myself. What it means is the Institute of Professional Excellence in Coaching has certified me to not only give this test to my clients but also debrief the report.
Okay.
This brings me to another way how you can increase your self awareness is with the help of a coach. So you have done some self reflection. Also, you have been journaling and maybe taken any assessments that I have mentioned or any other assessments. And you have identified that these are your weaknesses or these are your strengths and values. Now you want to make use of them for your success. So that's where a coach comes in. The coach will not only help you realize your goals, but also forming the steps to reach those goals. When you are monitoring your own thoughts or journaling, it could get daunting after some time, but a coach will keep you accountable for whatever time that you are working on yourself.
Right. This is really impressive. So, coach is extremely important in the journey of your success. I mean, at every step, as I can understand, coach is helping you not only understand your own potential, become self-aware, but also guiding you to take the right actions in the
Of
right
course.
direction. So, Shireen, let's say I want to go ahead and book this assessment. How can I do it?
You know what, Afreen? Self awareness is very, very important for me. I cannot even imagine someone succeeding at anything without knowing themselves. So that's the reason I have included ELI assessment in all the programs that I have. So you can go to my website, serenesynthesis.com. You will know the details of the programs. And no matter what program that you want to go with, you will be getting an ELI assessment because self awareness for me is the foundation of coaching.
I couldn't agree more. Self awareness is like you are reaching the end of the tunnel and you see the light. You know, without it, you are just walking in the dark.
Of course.
Thank you so much, Shireen, for this valuable information.
My pleasure.
Yeah, it was truly profound and necessary for all of us to know. I hope you like our today's episode. If yes, please give us a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, then please go ahead and subscribe our channel. Our podcast is also there on Apple Podcast and Spotify. You might want to go and check it there. So let us know how you feel about it. If you have any specific topic you want us to cover, let us know. Okay. So we shall be back again with amazing information and stuff. Until then, keep working on yourself and stay fit.